If you're into longevity, you already know it's a space just filled with some really bold claims and, let's be honest, a lot of expensive promises. So today, we're going to cut right through all that noise. We're going to dig into what the actual data supports to build a simple, studied formula for healthier aging. Especially for those of us over 50, it can feel like you're just constantly being bombarded with new anti-aging products and so-called miracle cures. It's really hard to know what's legit and what's just clever marketing. So, are we actually chasing real hope, or are we just buying into the hype? And that's exactly why our guiding principle for this whole explainer is to really pressure test these claims. We're putting folklore on the shelf and focusing only on what stands up to real scientific scrutiny. Yeah, trying to navigate the world of longevity really can feel like you're walking through a maze, right? You've got countless supplements, these bold promises everywhere. Finding a clear path that's actually based on evidence, that's the real challenge. So after digging in, we found ourselves moving away from all the miracle cures and these super complex protocols. The data, it turns out, consistently points towards something much simpler: modest, consistent, and evidence-based approaches. It seems that restraint is actually key. And here it is, the core finding. The most effective strategy isn't about megadoses or chasing whatever the latest trend is. No, it's about the, kind of boring consistency of taking a small set of well-studied compounds at a low, regular dose. So after filtering through all that noise, a really simple data-grounded formula starts to emerge. Okay, so what are these components? We are talking about common, totally accessible ingredients: ginger, lemon, turmeric with black pepper, cinnamon, cloves, cardamom, and extra virgin olive oil. Things you might already have. Now, let's get into the specifics of why each one made the cut. All right, here's the full breakdown. The first thing to notice is the modest daily intakes. We're not talking about huge amounts. And look at the rationale for each one. Ginger is in there to target inflammation, lemon is to support your vascular system, and turmeric helps manage oxidative stress, that cellular level wear and tear. Every single ingredient has a clear, data-driven purpose. So let's zoom in on ginger for a second. Its real power comes from compounds called gingerols. They act on these key inflammatory pathways. Think of them like the body's internal alarm systems. This helps dial down that low-grade, chronic inflammation that's really a hallmark of aging. Yeah, this is super important. Being smart about this means being aware of potential interactions. Ginger can have an anticoagulant effect, so it's absolutely crucial to talk to your doctor and likely reduce your intake if you're on blood-thinning therapy. You have to be cautious. And when it comes to lemon, we're not just talking about vitamin C. The real magic here comes from flavonoids like hesperidin, which are concentrated in the peel. These incredible compounds help improve blood vessel elasticity and support your liver's detoxification pathways. Both are critical functions that can decline as we get older. Okay, this is a game changer. On its own, the good stuff in turmeric, curcumin, is actually pretty hard for your body to absorb. But when you combine it with piperine from black pepper, its bioavailability just skyrockets. This simple little addition basically unlocks turmeric's powerful anti-inflammatory effects by opening the door for it to get into your bloodstream and go to work. So you see, this formula isn't about one single miracle ingredient. Its real power comes from how all these components work together. It's all about synergy, where the whole is so much greater than the sum of its parts. And this illustrates that synergy perfectly. Think of it like a team executing a four-step play. First, you've got ginger and turmeric on the front lines, working to control that chronic inflammation. With those fires dampened, in comes cinnamon, which can now more effectively help stabilize your metabolism and blood sugar. All the while, cloves and cardamom are acting like bodyguards, reducing that cellular damage from oxidative stress. And the whole operation is supported by olive oil and lemon, which help your body absorb and use everything else. See? Each step sets up the next one for success. Which brings us right back to our core principle. The real, lasting benefit here doesn't come from a megadose or some quick fix. It emerges from that boring, day-in, day-out consistency of taking these complementary ingredients together that allows their synergistic effects to build on each other over time. Now, it's really important to understand where this formula fits into the bigger picture. It's a piece of the puzzle, for sure, but it's not the whole picture. Let's put it in context. Let's be crystal clear. Think of this formula as a fantastic supporting actor, but the real stars of the longevity show, the dominant factors that have the biggest impact by far, are your lifestyle habits. I'm talking about your overall diet quality, consistent resistance training, getting regular sleep, and keeping alcohol in check. Supplements are helpful, but they sit downstream from these big players. And a final and absolutely vital reminder for anyone over 50, and especially if you're taking other medications, it is always, always a good idea to discuss any new supplement plan with your doctor. Our bodies get more complex with age, and safety has to come first. Period. So we'll leave you with this question to think about. This formula can be a powerful supporting tool, no doubt. But is your overall strategy truly supporting your foundation? Or those big lifestyle factors, your diet, your exercise, your sleep, are they solidly in place? Because that is where true sustainable longevity is really built. Thanks for joining us.